One of the reasons that we utilize Nutrigenomics with my two type 1 diabetic sons is for their immune health. There's many reasons why, and I'm not going to get into all those right now, but I just wanted to focus on their immune health. They've been activated as long as they've been diabetic. As soon I knew enough about Nutrigenomics going into it, and that's a long story too, but that when they were diagnosed, I knew that I didn't want them to be without this advantage in their type 1 diabetic journey with all the things that that type 1 entails. I want them to have any and every advantage that they can possibly have. So with that said, immune health. We have a compromised immune system with a low white blood cell count, and then with them having type 1 is an autoimmune disease. A lot of people don't know that, but that's a compromised immune system. So what's interesting is before their diagnosis, they're 20 years old now, and one was diagnosed around 9 years ago. The other was about 8 years ago. And is that right? Yeah, that's right. And before that, we were like a revolving door of sickness, and we would get really sick, like whether it was, now you would say COVID, which is really like the flu or sinus infection or pneumonia or whatever. We would get it, and we would get it bad. We'd get it worse than other people would get it. And it was interesting because then when we started Nutrigenomics, which is again right around the time my first son, who was diagnosed with type 1, was diagnosed, our whole family, we started utilizing Nutrigenomics, and we just stopped getting as sick as often. So it's not that we never get sick, but we almost never get sick. And one of the things we do is if we start to feel any kind of sickness coming on our body, we will double up. We'll take it twice a day or 3 times a day instead of once a day. And I'm just reminded because this week, Malachi, who's one of my sons who's type 1, started to get a sore throat, started to really not feel good, had a day where he just wanted popsicles. And in the past, that would have been like, but we need to go to the doctor. We need to find out what's going on. We hope it's not strep. And we just live in this world now where I'm like, double up, buddy. And, that was days ago. He's doing great. Like, it's gone. So it's just, I'm so grateful. I just was reflecting on it and thought I'd share. I'm just so grateful to have a tool that, like, it's just so wild. We're so far removed now